Motte and Bailey Castle. One of the earliest and most common castle designs in medieval Europe, a Motte and Bailey castle was built on a large man-made hill called a motte, with a wooden or stone tower placed on top. At the base sat the bailey, an enclosed courtyard protected by fences and ditches. The design allowed castles to be built quickly after invasions or conquests, especially following the Norman conquest of England. Although many were originally made from wood, some later evolved into stronger stone structures. Stone Keep Castle. This castle centered around a massive fortified tower known as a keep. The keep served as the last line of defense during attacks, and often contained living quarters, storage rooms, and important supplies. Thick stone walls made these castles far more durable than earlier wooden fortifications. Stone keep castles became symbols of power and authority, standing above surrounding settlements and providing protection during long sieges. Concentric Castle. A concentric castle featured multiple layers of defensive walls, arranged one inside another. Attackers who breached the outer wall still faced another strong barrier behind it. This design reached its peak during the Crusades and was later perfected in Europe. The overlapping defenses gave defenders many advantages and made direct assaults extremely difficult. Many historians consider concentric castles among the most effective military structures of the medieval period.
Shell Keep Castle. A shell keep castle developed from an older Motte and Bailey design. Instead of building a large tower on the motte, builders constructed a circular stone wall around the hilltop. Various buildings stood against the inside of this wall, creating a protected courtyard. The design used existing earthworks while improving defense with stronger stone construction. Several examples can still be seen across Britain today. Tower Castle. This type focused primarily on a tall defensive tower rather than a large complex of walls and buildings. Tower castles were often built by nobles who wanted security but lacked the resources for larger fortresses. The tower provided living space, storage, and a strong defensive position, all within a compact structure. These castles became especially common in regions where smaller landowners needed protection from local conflicts.
Castle Palace. A castle palace combined military defense with luxurious living. While it retained walls, towers, and protective features, much greater attention was given to comfort and appearance. Large halls, decorated chambers, and impressive architecture reflected the wealth of rulers who lived there. As warfare changed and some regions became more stable, castle palaces increasingly served as centers of government and noble life, rather than purely military strongholds. Water Castle. Built near rivers, lakes, or artificial moats, water castles used surrounding water as a natural defense. The water created an obstacle that slowed attackers and made siege operations more difficult. Many water castles also featured drawbridges that controlled access to the entrance. Besides protection, these locations often supported trade routes and transportation networks, helping castles become important regional centers. Hill Castle. Hill castles occupied elevated ground where defenders could observe the surrounding landscape. The high position made attacks more challenging since enemies had to climb uphill while exposed to defenders above. Builders often took advantage of natural cliffs and steep slopes to strengthen security. Throughout medieval Europe, hilltop locations were among the most desirable places for constructing fortifications.